This is EA Sports, PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Welcome to Treasure Island, a masterful blend of challenge and playability. Always need to keep on the lookout for secret paths and twisted turns throughout the course. You never know, maybe even some hidden treasure. This is unlike anything we've seen, Frank, in all our travels around the world. I'm Rich Lerner, and my partner for EA Sports is Frank Novello. And let's see what she's got here. She is loading up for the big one. Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Frank, I know you like boxing. That was some heavyweight power right there.
Smoked it.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. So a tester from 4 feet. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Even par early on. Frank, I've seen some par threes around the world. This is one of the best I have ever seen.
It's certainly a sharp-edged par 3 going across that ravine. Well protected by a couple of bunkers short of the screen, and it's very well fortified, and certainly not one to send it over that right bow, because you'll find those 2 ponds there.
Need a good blast off the tee. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one. Even par currently.
Steady as she goes, another par, and still even for the round. Well, Frank, on this hole, the play obviously is to the left, but not too far left.
Too far left, and you find the water. You'll find a water grave down there, but you're right. Skinny fairway down that left side. This old Captain Hook does bend to the right. And good tee shot, you just might be able to reach this par 5 and 2.
Funny that a hole called Captain Hook would bend to the right.
Ah, nice.
Looks good. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. just a pleasure to watch, isn't it? A player swinging that well. Down the hill from here, Frank probably going to go with one club less. I like the looks of this one. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. In the hole, and that'll bring the score to 1 under. Well, here at the 4th, the tee shot, Frank, requires a player to be extremely accurate. They do not give you a wide space to land that golf ball.
Plus, that fairway is anything other than straight. It's more serpent-like. So you've got to know exactly how far you hit your drive at it so you can decide which part of that fairway to land it on. Wonderful backdrop in the distance, though. There's Devil's Cauldron, the volcano in the distance.
That is some sight. That is a heat-seeking missile right there. Wow. And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. I'm thinking this is about 110 yards, Frank. Good-looking shot right here. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Has to like that one. Another birdie to get to 2 under par. 5th hole, Frank, here at Treasure Island. It's an uphill. It's clear. Uphill, par 4.
And not very long, just a little bend to the left. Maybe the longest hitters might be able to get close to this par 4 with their tee shot. Otherwise, it just sets up to a nice little pitch to a very irregular shaped green.
And the Jolly Roger up here, the skull and the crossbones. But those bunkers are sort of fascinating because they don't appear to be well maintained the way you normally see.
Well, every time you play this hole, they get a little deeper. I think them pirates have been out there digging for anything other than balls. Oh, that's fine.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up? It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A 3rd straight birdie.
Some good playing.
Starting to feel it now. 2 straight birdies and 3 under for the round. Frank, hopefully top of your game and top of the world from this point at the 6th.
Huge elevation here, Rich. So obviously that tee shot is going to go that much further off the elevation. And that's really the goal. Tee it high, let it fly a little. Keep it left of the needle top mountain on that left side. And really you won't have much left on this fairly short par 4.
yet again in the bunker off the tee. Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a greenside bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sand wedge. Amazing. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Starting to pile them up. 1, 2, 3 now. 4 birdies on the round. Here's the second par 5 on the front 9. It's the 7th. Frank, what's the strategy here? What a hole.
I think when you stand on this tee, you really have to accept the fact that it's going to take you 3 shots to get here, no matter how good you are. Not really worth the go, because you'd have to hit some sort of monumental second shot that got up very, very quickly. And chances are you won't get a flat lie on this fairway. It is anything other than straight. Anything other than level.
Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, this is the way you draw it up. This is how the game's supposed to be played.
Yeah, so far, everything going according to plan.
Frank, no reason here to think we're going to see anything other than another good shot.
Yeah, in a great flow, and golf like this looks easy.
Frank, for players looking to improve their putting, what are some of the training methods they can use?
I think speed is always a good one when you get on the putting green and you just practice trying to putt inside that 3-foot circle, because in the end all sports are the same. You're trying to focus in on the destination where that ball has to be delivered, whether it's tennis inside the court or basketball inside the rim. Putting's no different. As you get further and further away from the hole, then you just make an acceptable size circle that you're trying to putt within. So pace, very important. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Starting to put the hammer down, Frank. This would be 5 in a row.
What? 5 straight?
5 straight birdies. Starting to feel it. 2 in a row and 5 under for the tournament. Now we are at the long par 3 8th, and this is just a spectacular looking hole, and it's kind of fun too, because in this case X does mark the spot.
It does, and that's where you got to try and go. Nifty little par 3. No gold, no silver, just birdies to be had here.
Birdie try up next.
Rich, I'm starting to lose count. This is just birdie after birdie.
It's all-time stuff. I mean, this is territory we just don't visit very often.
Had every chance of going in.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Rounding out the front 9 here with this par 4, and hopefully you can walk off onto the second 9, Frank, and say, I mermaid 4 here. I love this. She is winding up, just wants to tear the cover off this golf ball. Gave that the full treat. Get up. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Second shot, good look at the green. This is a good-looking shot. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
Really? This is an awkward length.
Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
It's a safe par. Impressive. Once again, that's a par, remaining at 5 under. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Nice.
Looks good. How about that tee ball? Not just in the fairway, but way down the fairway.
Yeah, a lot of people can hit it long and crooked. Long and straight, that's the hard one to get. That is absolutely in prime position.
Every once in a while you're reminded this is a pretty hard game.
That was evidence.
Good work right there, now to 6 under. Frank, you and I have done commentary in golf all over the world. Have you ever seen a par 5 anything like this one?
No, I haven't, Rich, and I don't think I ever will again either. Treasure Island, there's only one of them, that's for sure, and there's only one hole like the 11th there. 5 different fairways to choose from.
5?
5, and it depends on your level of ability and how bold you are. Another little bit of fairway up there, well, if you can't reach this par 5 and 2. But if you're really, really game, you go down the thinnest, longest, right side, and you can and will reach the par 5 and 2.
Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
It really did.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, this is why gamers love Treasure Island, because of the challenge, because of holes like this.
There's always choices to be made. The biggest fairway, do you go for that? Do you go for the longest fairway? Do you go for the shortest fairway? All those choices, those fairways, they're just a little bit bigger than the size of a green. Once you find a fairway, there it is in the distance. That's the pot of gold.
Or do you drop your clubs and go to the beach and call it a day? I mean, this is some tough work out here. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Frank, any of the holes at Treasure Island remind you of anything on the PGA Tour?
There's a feeling, actually, on some of these holes, and the feeling's very reminiscent to standing on the 17th hole at TPC Sawgrass, the Island Green.
Not very good at all right there.
No, I think it's time to sell the clubs, buy a tennis racket.
That moves them to 8 under par. 2 straight birdies. Frank, this is an amazing hole. The par 5 13th. First chance eventually to get to Volcano Island, but also a chance to make a huge number here. So much trouble.
Well, you can see why, too. There's trouble all over the place here, Rich. Fairway really is down the right side. And then it depends on how far you hit that tee shot. For multiple of choices with the second, do you go all the way down there? Do you even try and reach the par 5 and 2? Or do you skip across to the other side on the left? And then faced with a lengthy third shot. All those decisions abound on this par 5, just under 600 yards.
Always like to get the double figures under par. 10 under already. Frank, the thing about Treasure Island is at any point a player could stop and consider just where they are. And if they're not where they need to be mentally, they could really be thrown off their game. You're right at the base of a volcano here.
Well, it's a chance for your round to heat up, too.
Wow. John Daly Take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
Is it stopped yet? It's still going.
Wow, Frank, look at that one run out. Just blistered that tee shot.
Well, that has to be 325 if it's an inch. This looks like it's going to find the target.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Score that, a birdie. Frank, we say it so often in golf, it's a grind. This is a grind with a capital G.
Certainly is. Up, and away as we start our climb up the hill. Par 3's not overly long, but it's going to play much longer than its real yardage because we're going up, straight up that volcano. So you better flight that tee shot properly.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. So a tester from 4 feet. $12 under on the day. Frank, the climb continues here at the 16th. Tricky, especially off that tee. You can see there's trouble there on the left.
Devil's elbow. That's why it's called that, Rich. Aim a little far left or don't find the landing strip and you will pay a severe price on this dogleg right par 4. Plus the green is just sort of cut right into the side of the volcano.
Probably going to have to hit one more club here, Frank. Little bit uphill. This could be a good one. Well, that's how you play the game. Right there. Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A third straight birdie.
Some good playing.
Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. Well, Frank, it is time to walk the plank here at the 17th hole.
And don't put a foot wrong if you do. There'll be no help from your parrot as you try and veer a little left on this hole that bends that way. Up and up we go, nearly to the top of the volcano.
Watch your step, matey. 105 yards.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Birdie try up next. Just a couple of feet. Count that. That's a birdie. Standing on top of the world here at the 18th Frank and Treasure Island, tee box situated right at the lip of, just a volcano, that's all. How do you survive this hole, Frank?
Well, you've certainly lost all thoughts and memories of Buccaneers Bay, because this is it. This is the finale, and what a way it is to finish. Flash your tee shot, hopefully up high in the sky. Carry the lava, the hot, boiling, molten lava that is. Find the green safely, putt out, and that's it. You're finished. Treasure Island.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Didn't think this was possible, but 15 under par already. Frank, a lot to like in this performance today.
Oh, it is. There's so many positives to take out of this round. Not just the possibility to win this week, but going forward. This is great golf that you would hold up against anybody right now.